This is Jonathan Agger, 5th Pro Boxing Fans. It's fine.
Okay.
This is Jonathan Agger, 5th Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Daily Mail's Jeff Powell. We're here in the immediate aftermath of Chisora Wilder. Jeff, what did you make of tonight?
Great fun, fantastic spectacle of a fight. It doesn't have to be a chess grand masterpiece to be a good fight. This is going to be at least a fight of the year contender, and probably the fight of the year, because two men went at it like crazy. It was thrilling, it was exciting. Chisora probably took about a dozen punches from the man reckoned to be the hardest hitter since Mike Tyson, and somehow stayed there. There were so many trips to the canvas, from knockdowns and non-knockdowns and slips and wrestling to the floor, that the referee himself lost count of how many times he'd scored what would have been a 10-8 round by scoring the knockdown. So it was pandemonium, great excitement for the punters. Chisora heroic beyond the call of belief. Wilder getting himself back into a better frame of mind, and hitting a man who just simply refused to go away. So at one point, I think he actually stopped hitting him when he had him in a corner, I think, because they are friends, and he might have risked his own recovery with that, because he got caught a couple of times after that. So it was very exciting, most entertaining. Was it a classic boxing match? No. Was it? It was more like the three rounds of Hagler Hearns over 12, but not quite with the finesse to finish it off. So everyone's had a wonderful night. The connoisseurs will complain about the lack of class, but there were more punches of enormous power landing than you see in 10 fights on a poor night at the Hall. So I enjoyed it, and I think everyone else did, and I'm not in the mind to quibble about it.
We saw, I don't know if you saw this, but Wilder saw Joshua after the fight, kind of, I think, said, "You're next." I'm not sure exactly what he said, but would you like to see that fight?
Well, yes, I would quite like to see it. I'm not too sure that AJ will take it. Is he retired or is he not? He's wandering around in limbo land, isn't he? He had his terrible trauma of losing his good friends in that horrible car accident. And I don't know whether he's recovered from it. He's not actually said he's going to fight, but he's not actually said he's going to retire. Would he fancy fighting after what happened with him against Dubois? Would he be happy fighting the man who reckon to have the heaviest punch in boxing since Mike Tyson? That might not be a dream scenario for him. Wilder seemed to think he'd take it, but before the fight, before he rediscovered himself, he walked past him in the corridor and refused to look at him. And then he's ending up fist pumping and saying, "Let's do it," and getting an acknowledgement from AJ. Would I like to see it? Yes, I think it would be fun. AJ can hit as well. I don't know whether he would have withstood that barrage, but then would he have boxed better to not get caught so often? So, I think Wilder's going to try and find a path to a world title. I'm not sure that would AJ want to fight Dubois again. Would he want to fight Wardley? Would he want to fight Moses? Not sure after being flattened by Daniel.
With the referee tonight, at one point he took a point off Wilder. I'm not sure what happened. Just what happened from what you saw?
I think the fight was so explosive and exciting, and I think the referee got overwhelmed. He was doing all sorts of things wrong. What was the point for? They both wrestled each other around. What was the point for? I think he felt to do something to try and make it less of a mess of a fight in one way. I think he lost count of how many times he'd called the count. I had it at 2, some people had it 1, somebody else had it 3. But there were so many visits to the canvas by slips as well that it was a bit hard to keep up with it. And I think the official counters lost count. Yes, and then he helped Derek back into the ring. You can't do that. That would have got Derek disqualified. He helped on the first time he went through the ropes. He helped him back in the ring. Loses the fight for that. So You know.
What about when I think it was Chisora's trainer got in the ring during the first round? Could he have been disqualified for that?
Yes, the trainer gets in the ring and you lose. If it's your trainer, you lose the fight.
Right.
So it was all over the place. But I don't think he was. I think he was too. Like the crowd were in great form with it and loving it and screaming. But I think for him it was overwhelming, and he lost the plot. It probably won't do his career any good, but I think it wasn't an easy fight to referee either, with people pounding down onto the canvas every other round. So you feel a bit sorry for him, but he lost the tension and he started making mistakes. In actual fact, if he'd done it properly, Derek would have lost the fight twice before it went to 12 rounds.
Just finally, Jeff, I believe this is the final time we're going to see Derek Chisora in a ring. We'll wait to see if that's true or not, but if this is the end, how will you remember him having covered his career?
A great character, great warrior. We saw the warrior in full spate tonight. We saw the character in his great bromance with Deontay, and his approach to the whole thing. It's been a fun ride with Derek throughout his career. We tend to forget he lost rather a lot of fights, but he was a man who needed to be excited and motivated. Now I hope he stops now. This is the 50th fight. He doesn't really know what an easy fight is. He either had mostly long battles, or lost the 13. So he doesn't know what an easy fight is, and this would have taken him heroic. This would have taken a lot out of him tonight. But this is also a perfect opportunity to go out. The 50th fight, 42 is another good number to go out on. But above all, he'll feel excited. He says he's addicted. For your own sake, Derek, just think you can go out tonight on your shield and on a white steed of courage as well, with everybody loving you. Not a bad time to stop.
Jeff, great to see you, and obviously read Jeff's report in the Daily Mail tomorrow. And Jeff, I look forward to seeing you soon.